Why did Shanks betray Luffy? Well, that's the question that could change everything we thought we knew about One Piece. What if the man who inspired Luffy, the man who gave him his hat, his dream, was actually preparing him for a sacrifice he never saw coming? Shanks was the first pirate we loved, the carefree Yonko to be, who sacrificed his arm to save a boy's life. But what if none of that was coincidence? What if every move, from losing that arm to leaving Luffy behind, was a calculated step in a much bigger game? Here's where things get dark. We know Shanks can walk straight into Marijois, the holy land of the Celestial Dragon, a place pirates should never step foot in. Why? What's his connection to the world government? Some believe Shanks is the only Yonko trusted by the Five Elders, and maybe, just maybe, he was placed in East Blue for a reason, to find the boy with the will of D and control him. That straw hat isn't just a symbol of dreams, it's a key, a legacy linked to Goldie Roger, Joy Boy, and the One Piece itself. But here's the twist. What if giving the hat to Luffy wasn't to inspire him, but to mark him? This has been happening to push him onto a path Shanks couldn't walk himself. Imagine Shanks knowing from day one, Luffy would awaken a power so dangerous, the world government needed him alive, until the right moment. While Luffy fought, bled, and built his crew, Shanks moved in shadows. Never crossed paths with Luffy again, not even at Marineford, not even during the chaos of Wano. He only appeared when balance itself was at risk. Did you notice? He stops wars, not for peace, but for timing. And Shanks isn't just the piece. He might be the player. But betrayal doesn't start with blood. It starts with silence. Think about it. He was on the Pirate King's ship. He knows the truth of the One Piece. He knows the Void Century. Yet unlike Roger, unlike Whitebeard, he chose silence. Some theories say Shanks isn't protecting the next era. He's controlling it. Think about Marineford. He ended the war with a single command. Even the Marines listened. Even Blackbeard backed off. That isn't just power, that's authority. Or borrowed from someone far above. And here's the darkest part. What if Shanks isn't just another Yonko? What if he's the chosen shield of Imu? The bridge between pirates and the throne itself? If that's true, then Luffy's dream was born from the hand of a traitor. The man he admires most may have been guiding him straight into the world government's trap. And when that betrayal is revealed, it won't just shake Luffy. It will shatter the entire world. Hold up a second. But the world won't shatter all at once. First, it will crack. And those cracks will come from the one person Luffy could never imagine fighting. Because Shanks isn't just a Yonko. He isn't just Roger's apprentice. He is the one pirate who's been allowed to move freely between kings, marines, and emperors, ever being touched. Tell me, does that sound like freedom or control? Kaido and Big Mom fought for decades. Blackbeard clawed his way up through betrayal. But Shanks, he rose like a ghost, untouchable, almost as if someone wanted him there. And here's where the betrayal begins to bleed through. What if Shanks' true role was never to guide Luffy, but to watch him, to raise him like a lamb for the slaughter, until the day the world needed him gone. And when the cracks spread, when Blackbeard strikes, when the Marines burn their flags, when the ancient weapons rise from the seas, Luffy won't just be fighting for the One Piece. He'll be fighting the man who once saved his life. Picture it. The Straw Hat staring across the battlefield, Zoro tightening his grip on his swords, and Luffy frozen. Because how do you fight the man who gave you your very dream? This isn't just betrayal, it's the collapse of everything. Mentor against student, red against straw, the Pirate King's will versus the boy meant to inherit it. So when that day comes, remember this moment. Remember the silence. Because the greatest war the seas have ever known won't begin with Blackbeard. It will begin when Shanks finally turns his blade on Luffy. And this is where the betrayal truly begins. Imagine Luffy finally reaching Laugh-Tale, the world cheering his name, and then Shanks steps in, not as an ally, as the final test. A man who raised the next Pirate King, only to be the blade that stops him. It sounds insane, but in Oda's world, the greatest twist might be that the boy's hero was his enemy all along. So, why did Shanks betray Luffy? Maybe he didn't. Maybe this betrayal was destiny, the price of carrying the will of D. Or maybe, just maybe, we were cheering for the wrong pirate all along. Let me know in the comments who you're betting on.